Hi everyone! Good morning, good day, guten Tag. I'm Frauke from Writer's Dream Coach. And today I'm going to talk about something new. I'm going to talk about craft. Because we as writers are creative people. We build worlds, we build characters, we have our imaginary friends talk to each other, have adventures, all of that, and it's awesome. I love it. But there's also the craft aspect. And we live, fortunately, in times that allow us enormous ease. I mean, imagine people used to have to write longhand, and printers used to have to put letters, lead letters together, screw them into place basically, so they could actually run a paper printing machine across these letters. Imagine having to typeset each individual page in letters. That's how it used to be 100 years ago. We have computers, we have word processors, we have print-on-demand files. It's awesome. Actually, all this tech allows us to be independent authors. It allows us to self-publish, and it's wonderful. But we need to get a handle on it. So today I'm going to talk about a clean manuscript. Now, what do I mean by a clean manuscript? Yes, you want to have as few typos as possible, but that's not even what I'm talking about. I'm talking about something even more basic. Electronic files, in the end, consist of zeros and ones. That's not quite the level where we need to go. But we do need to go into a level that goes beyond the letters that we see on the page. And in order to show you what I mean, I'm going to show you a little page of my work in progress, my own manuscript, and I'm going to show you a little of how I write, how I use my manuscripts. And of course, this is not prescriptive. This is the way that works for me. This is a way that could work for you, but you need to figure out how you work best. So what I'm saying about the clean manuscript is just something you need to know. You need to pay attention to before you take your manuscript and start using it to build the other files you need for self-publishing, like ebook files, print-ready files, which are PDFs usually. You need to know what is going on inside your manuscript. And I'll show you. Hang on. I'm just going to let you share my screen, whatever. I want to show you this, and it's going to take a second because my screen is going to do some blinky stuff. Anyway, this is my manuscript. This is how it looks, and if you're a pro, you will recognize Career New 12-point, double-spaced. Yes, manuscript style Shun. I've been writing like this for years, almost decades. And I use this as my writing file. In fact, I use it not quite this way. I use it showing formatting marks, this stuff. Let me toggle it on so you see what I mean. Whoops, blue stuff. See this? Blue stuff. Now, I'm going to enlarge this a little so you see this more closely. This blue mark means end of paragraph. That's a very important thing in word processing. Because as you can see, this is a full paragraph. Here's the end of paragraph. Here's the end. This is a full paragraph, and this paragraph is indented in the first line. Your word processor must know that this is the first line of a paragraph, so it can indent. So that's what the paragraph marks. Paragraph end mark is for. The next line after a mark like this gets indented. And you see, if you look really closely, you'll see another little blue mark here. this marks a space. And one reason why I write in career is that you actually get to see if there's more than one space. Accidentally hitting space twice does happen a lot. And yes, one space after a period. Anyway, that's another issue entirely. Now, you see, when I write, I have a couple of extra paragraphs already. They're ready for me to fill them with words. Let me just take us back to 100% because this is annoying. No, 100%. There we go. And what you also see, well, is this line. This shows up all the time. This is LibreOffice. It shows up even if I toggle these off. This line marks a page break. I scroll up. You will see there is none of them here because there is no page break. The text just continues down. See that? But this is the end of a chapter, and I put in a page break. This is hugely important. The moment you use this as a master file for ebook creation, for example, your ebook creator, and no matter what that is, needs this information. Page breaks are about the only thing that work in ebooks. And what I still haven't done, and what I need to do, is to actually mark these chapter headers as chapter headers, but this is just my writing manuscript, and I will actually do a lot of things to this stuff, to this file, once I create my master manuscript for ebook print management. I'm going to change the font, change the spacing, everything. But this is how I write. This is a bit old-fashioned, but it works, and I always write with the formatting marks turned on. And you need to do that. In LibreOffice, it's very easy because they have all these nice buttons here. You can insert, you can toggle on and off the formatting marks. You can insert page breaks. You can insert fields, which will let you add the page numbers below here, whatever. Special characters, hyperlinks, whatever. But these you should always have turned on, because what you don't want is you don't want your chapter to end and have like orphan lines. That'll mess up your ebook. And I'm serious. Because remember, in an ebook, you can change the font size. And if you change it too much, you might end up with an empty page in your ebook because the next line break, like this, is too far away. Nasty, isn't it? So, a clean manuscript means that when your chapter ends, there is no extra line. Never. This is just an example. I will talk about this more in detail videos that I'll publish in the next weeks. I will teach you how to do indenting without using spaces or tabs. Oh, that's a big one. And I'll teach you how to create the line distancing, and I'll teach you how to create paragraphs that have a little extra space below them. Some people like that. And you'll certainly want that for your chapter headers. Anyway, this is how I write. This is my template, my silly way of putting words on the page. I use LibreOffice because I love it, because it's free, and because it's another issue. It has a PDF export button, but that's also taking it too far. Let's get back to video. A clean manuscript means you have as few of these formatting marks in there as possible. You need one space. Take away any space that you have beyond the end of the paragraph. Let the paragraph mark be the last thing after the period after your last period in the paragraph. Make an effort. Keep your manuscript clean. There are two extremely important reasons for that. One, you'll make your life so much easier when it comes to formatting. Or you make your formatter's life so much easier when it comes to formatting because they have to clean up the manuscript if you don't do it. And that'll cost you because you pay them for their time. It's as simple as that. The other thing is you will need a clean manuscript for everything you do with it. For your ebooks, for your print books. You need this. I can't emphasize it enough. Never ever use tabs to indent. Never ever use spaces to indent. And there will be a video about this next week. That'll drive your formatters crazy. The other reason, Amazon charges you for delivery. A couple of cents. That charge depends on file size. So you want to keep your file size as small as possible. Which also means get rid of any formatting marks you don't need because they count as a character, they count as a word, basically, as one letter in a word. So by getting rid of all the characters, the formatting characters you don't need, the marks, all these paragraph marks that you may have kind of hanging around after your chapter ends, or all these spaces behind your paragraphs, because yeah, I know how it goes. You just keep typing and typing and you hit the space bar and you had, period, space bar, period, space bar. It happens to me all the time. I clean that out. And if you absolutely hate doing that when you write, those formatting marks really bother you while you write, which they really shouldn't. It's just a question of habit. But if they do bother you, turn them on when you edit. Make sure you have them where they need to be and nowhere else. That's part of the clean manuscript. It's just as important as getting rid of typos. Seriously. That's it. Craft matters. And if you absolutely hate this, go do some EFT. I have some tapping suggestions below. Because this is just an emotional response, and this is not an emotional issue. This is a craft, a tech issue, and you can handle that. I know you can. Happy writing. I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.